Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Trotline. Now, all the knots I'm going to use, except with the exception of one, and I'll go ahead and show you that on this video. But all the knots I'm going to use are in my 6 useful knot video. There might be 2 parts to that, or maybe in one, I can't remember. But all the knots I'm using, like I said, are in that video, so you can go ahead and refer back to that if you need to. So what I got is a length of number 36 bank line. I've got a bowline knot in one end of it. Now obviously on the fly you're going to do this from start to finish, so you'd be able to gauge what you needed for line. This particular line I use over and over. I used it at a couple of my classes to teach students, so by the looks of things I might run a bit short, but I got some bank line in my haversack and I'll be able to go ahead and adjust fire on that. But we're going to go ahead and set up this trot line. If you can see right behind me, we're going to row of rocks right here, so I'm going to try to walk somewhere along those. On this particular situation, you really only need to get wet once on purpose anyways. So I got to go ahead and cross this little stream to get my line around the tree across and then come back. After that, you can do everything from this side, you know, to work your trot line, whether you're rebaiting, taking fish off, whatever the case may be. So downstream it gets a little bit deeper, and I know on both ends of this, I actually think it's a river, I think it's Bach River maybe, but there's a lake up north from here, and then south of me it goes into another little pond, comes out the other end and continues on as a river. So I know that both of these lakes, or the lake and the small pond, they stock with trout. Perfect, ideal conditions for this. So let me go ahead and get set up to get wet, and we'll run through it. Alright guys, here goes nothing. Hopefully I don't break an ankle or something. Like I said, I was definitely short. I went ahead and tied one end onto my roll of bank line so I could just take it as I needed it. Alright, give myself a little bit extra here. Cut that. Take my lighter again and melt my bank line so I can put that away. Like that. Alright, so like I showed you, on one end I had that bowline knot, so it's the same knots that I used in the useful knot video and the shelter video, 15-minute, shelter fire water. I'm going to run this around the tree. Low as I can get it. Pull against that bowline knot. And do a trucker's hitch. Good thing about bank line, it bites down on itself pretty good, so that's not going to come undone until I pull this tag in, because this trucker's hitch is a quick release knot. So let me go ahead and pull the line around on our trot line, show you what we got. I'll show you how to set up the gorge hook that's already on the line from the last video to this, and I'll show you what all that looks like. Stay with me, guys. Alright, so like I said, you only cross this stream once. I'm going to go ahead and pull my line around just like a clothesline, old school style, I've already got 3 or 4 gorge hooks set up on this thing, like I said, from classes that I've done. Alright guys, so got that untangled. Like I said, I've got 4 on here already. So here's my first knot. Bit of line. Got my gorge hook right on it. About 1 inch long. So now you can space these things out however you want. So I'm going to go ahead and push this one out as far as I can reach for now. Try to give myself some distance in between them. And you can kind of eyeball, the river, stream, whatever you're working with, to see how many you can get in there. So here's my second one now. So I'm going to hold on to these next 2 and slide them this way on the line as I pull the line out into the river here. So here's 3. Here's 4. Give myself a little bit more space there. Looks pretty good. Now my lines here that I already had from previous classes aren't long enough, they're not even making the water, but I just want to show you guys that, and I think you'll get the hint. Pull that back a little bit. So I got 4 out. I got the one we made in the last video, so I'm going to grab that and show you how to tie it on the line here. And I'll actually reach the water. Pull this back a little bit. Alright, so to get it on the line, I'm just going to throw it over. I'm going to make a series of loops around my line here. 4 or 5 loops around it. Then I'm going to come back to the beginning where I started those loops. So take my tag end that's on this side, bring it all the way over, and go back through them loops that I just created. Two out of the four. This could be kind of tedious, but not too bad. Pull them through. Got one more loop there I gotta get through. Pull all that through. Then just pull it down tight. It kind of just tightens up on itself, but you can still slide it up and down the line. It's kind of like a Prusik knot, but not really. Alright, so there it's nice and tight, yet I can still slide it up and down my line. So I'm going to go ahead and reel this out, give you guys a shot at the water. In this particular case, the line that's closer to me is going to run right over them rocks that I walked across. So what I could do, as I push these out, obviously I'm going to bait it. Take my gorge hook, small side up towards the line, put my worm on there, my bait, send it out, and do each individual, line with the hook on it as I go. But again, in this particular case, and I'll show you here in a second, if I put all these lines and made them long enough to actually reach the water, I'd want it to be on the opposite side closest to you guys, which is my other line. That way it'd be in the water and not right over the rocks. But let me push these out a little bit, fix the camera for you guys, and show you what we got. Alright, so here you can see this first one in the screen right here is just the tag end of my truck is hitched, so there's nothing there. This next one is the one we just put on. That's long. It actually reaches the water. Then you can see another one hanging right here. Doesn't quite make it. And then there's three more after that. Not sure if we'll be able to see these on camera or not. Oh, there you go. So you can see we got one there, and one after it. None of which reached the water, obviously. Like I said, this was already pre-set up from a class I had. For a couple classes, I use this over and over. But if I drop this down, my trot line on either tree that it's connected to, I could probably get them to hit the top of the water. But again, this is going to be situation dependent. As if I were just coming up here, I would obviously make my line long enough to reach the water. Alright guys, one final shot of the actual hook itself. I think you can see it. Right about there, dancing on the top of the water. Perfect setup for trout coming upstream. Hit that thing all day long, especially get a big, fat, juicy worm on that thing. But that's how you want it set up, and that's exactly what it would do. You don't want to put any weights or anything so it goes under. You want them things dancing right on the top of the water like that. Alright, so let's get to showing you how to bring this thing in, take off your fish, rebait, and then packing up. Alright guys, so the easy part of it all, checking your lines, hopefully catching some fish, rebaiting if need be, and moving on from there. So all I gotta do, pull my line back in, come to my first line here, pull it up, hopefully with a fish on it, take my fish off, rebait, and I'm still gonna keep pulling the same way so it goes around the tree and starts going back out on the other side. So as I'm pulling fish off and rebaiting, I'm setting new lines as I keep pulling this thing around the tree. So next line comes in, same process. Hopefully take a fish off, rebait it, keep pulling. As I keep pulling again, my lines start going around the other side, resetting in the water, and I'm good to go if I'm going to stay here. If not, time to pack up and move on. Go the other way. Right, pull it back around, get back to our trucker's hitch here. Not a quick release knot. Pull it out. Pull it through our bow line. Retrieve our fishing line or trot line. Like that. So again, we only had to cross the stream or the river one time to set it up. In the end, when we're done, undo our trucker's hitch, pull our stuff in, throw it back in our haversack, and we're ready to break camp. Alright, appreciate you guys joining me for another video. I hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you learned something from it. That's one of my favorite ways to fish. Although I can't do it here in Mass, it's illegal. With the primitive fish hooks, it's even more illegal. But obviously this is for demonstration purposes and trying to share information with you guys. So appreciate your views, comments, support as always, guys. And we'll see you soon with another video. Take care.